Good morning, Link community. This is Daniel Vela. I'm a neurointerventionist in Florida, in West Palm Beach. I have the pleasure to have Professor Jens Fiehler. Professor Jens Fiehler needs no introduction. He is the director of the Department of Diagnostic and Interventional Neuroradiology at the University of Medical Center, Hamburg-Eppendorf in Germany. And the reason we have him with us today is because we want to talk about this new initiative called SHERPA. SHERPA appears to be a multidisciplinary coalition to improve research in neurointerventional surgery and interventional neuroradiology. And not only this field, but appears to be a coalition that will also improve other areas as well. So without any further introduction, I will let him talk to us about this amazing initiative that was presented recently at ESMINT. Professor.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Great to be here with you. I'm involved in the SHERPA project in my role as the director of Hamburg Neuroradiology, and we are one of the clinical partners. This is in total, it's a large project. This is funded by the EU with 13.13 million euro, and it has two clinical fields of interest. Number one is interventional neuroradiology, endovascular neurosurgery with a focus on aneurysm treatment, and the other clinical pathway is oncology and oncological interventions in general radiology. So as you mentioned before, ESMINT is one of the project partners for dissemination and communication, essentially. And the big partners that everybody knows about are Philips, Medtronic, Symmencure, and then a few university hospitals, Utrecht, Bicêtre, and we are the three who are representing neuroradiology. And as you can imagine, this is a huge project. It's covering basic simulation stuff, aneurysm detection, but also robotic developments. And robotic has a continuum from automation, kind of stupid, repetitive things, and then the maximum development stage would be autonomous surgery, essentially. But obviously, this is not part of this consortium. So it's very broad and very exploratory.
What are the main goals of the project, and how is this going to impact in the future our specialty?
Yeah. So the main objectives are to develop assistive technology. So in Europe, we are not everywhere at the forefront, but with Philips and Siemens, we have two of the major companies for neurointerventional technology for imaging and procedures. And in this case, it's Philips, and they want to start with automative, let's say, guidance of procedure, like very simple things like automatic focus that follows the catheter and the angulation. And this needs a lot of work, a lot of clinical feedback. And this is what we are going to do, but also robotics. I'm also working personally as an advisor for Philips for their robotic developments. And this would be the far goal. But as a side effect, we will hopefully improve workflows in the angio by integrating with these things, and also assistive technologies like AI enhanced. Let's say if you see something, it's a typical problem in the intervention, the guide wire is leaving the monitor essentially, and this can be detected and then needs to be trained, and they need a lot of physician feedback. And I think it's not all super high end, but I think it's going to be extremely helpful and impactful for our community.
Okay. So as we learn from you, and we've had access to some information behind this project. A couple of days ago, I found not only all the press release from the society, from ESMINT, communicating all these intentions of the coalition, but I recently found that SHERPA has a website, And so I
Yeah.
just wanted to mention that to our colleagues and community. It's sherpa-ihi.eu. So it's an European Union supported website. And then the Sherpa means a smart, human-centered, effortless support for professional clinical application. It's very interesting to see that on that website. And of course, I wanted well, you to walk us through that. There seems to be different, not only the goal of improving the neurointerventional community workflow, but there are also some projects that
Yes.
denominated work packages, or like
Yes.
different projects. Are you also involved in these other projects that
Yes.
are not only neurointervention?
Not in the non-neurointerventional projects, actually, but there are neurointerventional studies are part of the project. For instance, rupture prediction model for aneurysms, then device sizing, overlaying, and aneurysm treatment. Then automatic viewing angles. This is what I mentioned already, automatic aneurysm detection. So they need all clinical data and clinical feedback. So these projects are called aneurysm at risk. Assist is this device sizing thing, interact, view angle, interactive, and radar automated aneurysm detection. So this is already part of a few existing software packages, so not really new, but will have a few interesting advanced features that I can't talk about at the moment. But clinical studies are part of this whole project.
Okay. So it's very interesting to see the involvement and the commitment of leaders in the field like yourself, and some very prominent brands, if they can be mentioned: Philips, Medtronic, Siemens,
Yeah.
Barco from the monitors, and other the academic institutions. And so is the idea to basically share data to create a platform where universities can not only contribute but to also to access data? Is that the intention of this coalition?
This is typically a part of the EU contract process to make the data available for the larger community, but typically as well, it has some restrictions on who can ask for it, what's the time frame. So maybe the consortium has the first 2 years to play with the data, and then all the rest of it. So I personally don't know by heart what the regulations are going to be, but for sure this data will be made available. And I'm from Hamburg, so the best person to talk to is Matthias Bechstein. He's one of our senior physicians, and he's running the show. I'm just a figurehead, so I'm not deeply involved, but I'm consulting with a few projects. Yeah.
Okay. What do you foresee as the potential challenges in the next 2-3 years that this project will face to be successful?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem probably data protection to get it running. In the end, it's going to run like always, but the time we will waste with a lot of back and forth with authorities will be the biggest challenge.
Okay.
So everybody knows now how to handle data safely and securely, but still it needs to be said for the 17th time with different forms. Yes, we will do it properly.
And is the intention of the project to be also associated to not only ESMINT but maybe other societies as well? Will that be a possibility?
Certainly, I think the consortium will be very happy with a bigger outreach. But I think for the time being, the biggest challenge is to get it running. And then second step would be having more players involved. I think this would be very helpful. But to get it going is difficult enough at the moment. So I think contracting and involving even more players. You saw the list, so it's whatever, 15 different project partners. So
That's
this
right.
is difficult enough for the moment. But of course, we are extremely open to working with SNRS, for instance, as our major partner for ESMINT.
Okay. So it's very interesting to see where this could take us, because if it's at the moment we use some of the platforms to visualize large vessel occlusions, to analyze the for example the thickness of a chronic subdural hematoma, and all these AI tools that we already have in hand. And so seeing these project developing, it's very exciting to see that the contribution of different partners at the same time is going to hopefully develop a more robust AI based human-centered or fed application or platform to utilize it in the future.
Absolutely.
Anything else that we did not cover? Anything else that you want to tell us about this fantastic project?
Yeah, I think my major point is always with these kind of projects, we should try and be more in the driver's seat than just on the receiving end of what a company comes up with and throws at us. And we should just deal with it. We should drive this innovation a little bit more. So many of us do, but I think the major challenge is really to figure out how to use AI properly. So in my mind, we are with AI like we were with the internet in the year 2000. So we knew it's going to be big, but how exactly was not figured out. So no big Amazon was still tiny at the time and so on. So I think there's still a lot of things that we don't know, and it's our role to drive this, and it should be patient-centered, should be physician-centered.
I cannot agree with you more. I think we are at the inception of these technologies that is just the beginning. And the way these algorithms are going to handle information much easier than ever is going to be completely impressive. So it's a very exciting era for all of us. Well, thank you very much, Professor Fiehler. We will leave the. Thank you for your time. Of course, for our community, we will leave the links of the press release from ESMINT and the website of the SHERPA coalition or the SHERPA project below, so the community can be accessing this information and these projects to learn more from all of you. Thank you very much again.
Thank you for giving us the time. Thanks, Daniel.